All right. Sorry, my cat's fucking around. Yo, what's up? We're here. I think the mic's good. I think we're good. Are we set? Missing anything? Anything in frame? No? All right. Let's get into it. What's up? 6 people already here. I like that. I really, really like that. I really do. Makes me
London's
happy.
gonna open soon. I'm going to go live for about an hour. So click the link and see me. Nope.
Sorry, I'm trying to get a video ready for Bullport. Might have to. What's up, Sai? Is that the Sai? I think it is. I'm not too sure. What's up, Juice? How you been? How you been? Yo, yo, yo. What's up, Matt? Love to see it. Can you look at Jer 40? Of course. Of course, of course, of course. Good morning, good morning. Let's peep it. Let's peep it, let's peep it. Um, I'm thinking buys. I think 11 o'clock I would have been able to catch these buys here. But they're not getting what's up, Legacy. Probably would have been able to catch these buys. He had a nice little push here. Nice little push. But again, like we'll see what happens when London opens. I think price could retest and continue higher, but that's not to say that price isn't just ready to completely break this level here. But again, at 12, we'll kind of see what happens and we'll kind of play it off there. But I'm thinking the price may just come down, fill in these areas of imbalance, and just kind of shoot back up. So, what's up, Luca? Big dog here. I don't like you out there in the middle of nowhere. And the pullback is likely. I can't make series of it. Honestly, if I was nice, I was too scared to jump in. Yeah, size rolling. Like one of the first big traders I met, I think, besides Luca. But it was a nice buy. Not gonna lie, it was a nice buy. And Luca tells me to always go live at 11, probably because of this. Nice little move at 11. So it's overbought. Yeah, so that's where we could be looking for a sell, Albert. Eventually. Again, like it depends on how you're trading, Jer. If you're really trading with like volume, I would wait for like a really good break of a low, because then after we break that low, we have some room to run down, potentially. So, but again, like EUGA and GJ, I'm just kind of been waiting this week. I still think there's gonna be some opportunity like Thursday, Friday. If you guys were here the other day when I was on live, um, again, just been a little bit, have not seen many opportunities, but I am seeing this play out here, which I didn't get in, and I'll kind of go over why. Just because it was a little bit more high risk. You can see like price is clearly a little bit bullish here, but if you look at the bigger picture, we're still within this bearish leg here. Okay, we sold off from this high, came up, we had a retracement, came back down, thinking that price was going to push back down. This is kind of a sign that price isn't going to make a new low and we could make a new high, especially pairing with the higher time frames. We'll kind of go into that. But when price started making its way back up, yes, internal structure may still be bullish in this case, but overall it's still bearish. So I know that once price got to this area, price could have just tanked on me. In this case, it'd be a good data point to kind of write out if I have good conviction that the higher time frame is going to pull back. And even though it's a little bit of a counter trend trade on the lower time frames, I can still take it. So and what I mean by like higher time frame pullback is if you look at the daily, I'm expecting price to facilitate some type of pullback into this area of premium pricing. We have a nice supply up here. We sold off previously. You guys should know market moves in waves, so we can expect a pullback into those areas. But again, like I didn't enter this trade. It was an hour time frame. Either way, I really don't take hour trades. Maybe I could see myself hopping into like a 30-minute entry down here, but for structure to like actually be considered like bullish on now even the lower time frames, I needed to see break this. I would need it to break this high. So at that point, I'm really waiting for just a break of this high because it kind of confirms that price is going bullish. I'd probably capitalize on some type of pullback and then push into higher pricing, which we can target this areas of imbalance in supply. But again, just like I'm not going to hop into anything that I am just not 100% about. Maybe not even 100%, but just don't like it. Like same with like look at EU. EU has been it's been moving, but could be moving a little bit better. Again, I'm just waiting for my opportunity. So It's not about taking every trade. But I'm just waiting for price to either break up, break down. So I'm thinking price is going to end up selling off and breaking down just because, just like the higher time frames I have, are just like GJ or GA, whatever one I just look like, I do have a higher time frame bias that kind of says that price should pull back. Give me 1 second. I got to go kick my cat out of my room because she is being a bitch. Give me 1 second. All right. She is gone. My bad. Imagine we dropped viewers just in that little moment. Probably did. I actually gained some. But again, just like GJEU, I have a higher time frame bias on it, and that's we are going to pull back at some point. Daily, weekly, even 4 hour. Because if we want to just play the lower time frames, we still have broken out on this 4 hour leg. And again, just expecting to pull back, a break, pull back into this area, possibly down even further, which would confirm higher time frame pullbacks. So, but again, if you guys are watching anything, let me know. Like, your 30 was a good call. You caught your 30 at 11, you're fire. Okay. You may, I don't know if you're still in, I would have secured, because I've noticed like Jared, it runs, but it's either 1 to 2 or it's running for like a 1 to 10. Yes, that's dope. That side of meat. And got to hear a story. It was cool. But what are you guys looking at? Anyone looking at anything specific? I know there's usually some GU traders, maybe some gold traders. I'll look at gold. I mean, why not? But I don't know. Not big on gold. Gold's overbought like a motherfucker. But again, like gold moves how gold wants to move. Like it's just like there's, I don't know. I don't think my system works with it. But again, like there's still ways of cashing out here. I know trend lines are big on gold. I don't even know about like IFVG, unless anyone has experience with it. But I know like fair value gaps and like ICD type trading on gold is still like whatever. Nasdaq, yeah, fire. USD JPY, we're sold off on the 4 hour. Weekly, it's like weekly we're still within this, like we want to look back. Hold on, it's gonna take a minute. So like really looking at it, this was the last low that broke this high. So we're on the weekly time frame. Okay, this is super high. Doesn't mean we're like trading supply and demand on this, but just kind of give us, or get an overall bias. But overall, we're bullish. Okay, we're kind of within this pullback phase. I think we've already come within an area of discount, meaning we could buy up, but we could pull back deeper. Especially it being the weekly, we could pull back deeper. Again, like I said, we already pulled back into an area that was considered discount, pushed up, failed to make a new high, coming back down. So really that's where we're just going to play the lower time frames and see how we're going to do it. Again, I just mentioned daily and 4 hour are clearly bearish. So again, we can expect once again a pull back on these lower time frames, and then we can kind of pair those with how the higher time frames looking. So we can try to catch like some buys into here. For buys, I don't want to see a break of like this high. Break of this high, and that would kind of confirm that lower time frame structure is bullish, and then we can look to probably enter off this demand and target this one. I would target the 4 hour pullback first. If price kind of exceeds that area, or if you have enough conviction to aim for the daily pullback, because the daily is a bigger leg, you could go for a little bit more RR. Or you could see, I mean, the daily is pulling back into this like on swing structure, but this structure is not the most valid to me because it's within this like pullback phase, which again we haven't even confirmed a pullback. I don't think. Maybe on the 4 hour. Yeah. So again, like weekly, I look at it just to kind of get a little bit more of a bias, but I'm thinking buys. I'm thinking buys for USD, JPY, but I'm not acting on anything yet. Again, patience. This is where like patience comes in. But you have a nice area down here. It's actually honestly a really nice setup. I actually really like this. Like if we can see one, we got a sweep of this liquidity. So if price did break up, that would just kind of give us even more conviction to enter into some type of buys. So hopefully that helps you. UJ buys, possibly rock some. I'm thinking depending on how you trade, like I mean, you could trade a breakout of this, but I do think price is going to pull back. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but again, like think of the confluences. You got imbalance, you got area demand, price just broke out. A lot of times, price is going to pull back into these areas. Okay, and then we can just kind of target these other areas of imbalance up here, which is kind of even more gives me even more conviction to maybe hop in this trade. But again, I don't trade UJ, so but kind of same bias with GJ. It's a little bit different, but like as far as like how price is looking. But again, like same thing, like we're just waiting for a break of the high and come back into this area and we're targeting equilibrium. Okay. Again, like don't be scared that like it's technically counter trend on the higher time frames because again it's a trend on the lower time frames. Like one thing I'll repeat over and over and over again, like when I hear people say I don't like trading counter trend, is you're trading counter trend. It just you just don't realize it. Like you could be trading within the trend on the 5 minute, but if you look at the 30 minute or the hour, technically you're trading a counter trend to the hour to the hourly. And if you're trading pro trend on the hourly, technically you're trading counter trend on the 4 hour. You know what I'm saying? So like even if we looked at it real quick, like if I were to be trading, like this is UJ, right? Go to GJ. See if I can find an example. So right here, let's say I'm down on the lower time, 5 minute time frame. Tunnel vision, price is clearly bearish, but whatever. Trading within the trend. Really, like that pro trend is counter trend to this bullish leg here. Right? It's counter trend to this bullish push. And then as you can see there, so on, so on. Right? So never fucking say that you don't like trading counter trend, because it's not even a fucking thing. Counter trend's a thing, but you're trading it unknowingly. Unless somehow all fucking time frames add up, but I don't even think that's the case. I think in some way, shape, or form, it's counter trend on some type of time frame. It just depends on how high you go up, right? Because again, like most stuff aligns, but like when I went over UJ right now, you guys saw that I was looking for a bearish push on the weekly, but a bullish push on the daily to what I'm saying. So, but yeah, I can go down a whole fucking deep rabbit hole, but a lot of that is kind of saved for the mentorship. But again, like I tell them all the time, like counter trend, fuck that bullshit. Like there's no such thing. Like there is such thing, but stop saying that shit because at the end of the day, you're trading counter trend somehow, some way, shape, or form, you know. But but again, like if you guys are looking at anything, let me know because again, I'm not gonna hop into anything unwillingly or stupidly, right? I just wish we made a play here. Again, like waiting game. This may be my first week of the year where I don't take a trade. Okay, that does not happen a lot. I'm thinking tomorrow, Friday, I'm gonna get a trade. But again, it really just depends on the markets. So if it's a no trade week, it's a no trade week. I'm gonna do a poll. See how we doing this week. Sorry, that's loud. I want to see how trading's going for you guys. And I'll kind of give you my opinion on things right now. Good. Yeah. We got more N's. Good. I say it's 50-50. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's not a terrible week. Like I'm still seeing decent price action like on other markets, but just not seeing a lot myself. Like it is what it is though. It's only What was I gonna say? That just means there's a winner along the way. So, but your week's been shit. It's alright. Again, like I tell a lot of people, like especially my mentorship, like don't you guys probably hear this all the time too. Like some people just kind of like base their trading, not base their trading, but they'll be upset after a week. Like let's say you don't have a losing week, it, like it's really more about the month. And then when you go to the month, it's not even if you have a losing month, it really comes down to the year, because I mean, you can lose the first 6 months of the year and still end the year profitable. That's like the crazy thing. The crazy thing about trading is you can lose more than you win and still be profitable. That's what like again like all trading is being good at controlling like yourself, really. I know you guys hear that all the time probably. But you can use any system. Like I can go fucking do break mamba trading. But again, like what really comes down to is like again, there's like a lot of deep rabbit holes that trading can go into, like psychology, emotions, which is like technically psychology. Like technicals, fundamentals, different things that really can like take or make an effect on your trading. I really lost my train of thought. I'd be losing my train of thought a lot. I don't know why. I need to go take like those mushrooms that are supposed to help with your memory. As long as I don't forget about trading, we're solid. We're solid. Like imagine, you know how devastating that would be if like God forbid anyone ever gets in an accident, but like let's say someone who was a fucking made millions trading got into an accident, forgot his memory, doesn't know how to trade anymore. That sucks, dick. Like obviously you don't know yourself that it sucks because you lost memory of everything, but it's just like fuck. Like damn. Imagine one of your mentors just lost his memory, couldn't mentor you anymore. What can you do? I mean, go find another mentor, but like if it's in my case and I lost my memory, I'm the best mentor, so you just lost the best mentor you ever had. Nah, but that'd be fucked. That'd be so fucked. Oh, you guys should like up the stream. I see 6 likes, sir. Do you also trade crypto? No, I don't. Rodriguez. I don't trade crypto like if you're talking about like consistently entering, exiting positions, like actual like day trading. No. We talking about meme coin trade? Did anyone meme coin trade? I know one person for sure that may be on the stream that did meme coin trading, but I want to know. I want to know if anyone else traded meme coins. 1, if you traded meme coins. 2, did you make or did you lose money? I know there has to be a couple of you in here that definitely dabbled into that. I heard like some fucking. I was gonna say something so wrong right now. I saw these like older dudes at the gym, and like it was just like caught my attention because they started talking about like crypto and Solana and like these meme coins, this and that. How like he was still bought into like Hood. If you guys know what Hood was, like it wasn't Rob. I don't think it was like backed by Robinhood, but it was just like I don't know. It may have been. But they were talking about this and that Hood, like they're holding, and I was just like, damn, like to think about like these dudes are probably like someone else's liquidity. Like they probably were or are going to be someone else's liquidity, unless there's some secret fucking crypto whale that just randomly that's in my gym. But I don't think so. What's up, Gus? How we doing? Popping? You looking at anything? Not meme coin trading, I guess. Those with enough. Wait, what, fam? Not meme coin trading. Maybe I forgot what I said that correlates with your message. Probably did. Sorry. But do you trade crypto, Rodriguez? I assume you do. If you're asking about it. I mean, was like BTC like could I I'm pretty sure I could day trade like what, BTC USD? Is that what it'd be? What's up, Teresa? How we doing? Thank you, Gus. I appreciate that. Hella. What's up, Nolani? I was just talking about you. Not in a bad way, don't worry. No, I was just saying that, like, well, I didn't mention your name, but I said I knew someone in here that possibly, or I knew someone who was possibly in the stream that did meme coin trading, so. But I don't think nobody's else is meme coin trading unless they're kind of screwed about it, because I mean, I would be if I lost a shit ton of money. So. So Juice, that's where you have to like really decipher what's internal structure and what's swing structure. So like one, higher time frames can help with that, but it's also looking at the bigger picture, right? So like looking at the 30-minute. All right, let's look at the bigger picture. Let's look to the left a little bit. And that's what I mean by bigger picture. Like look to the left. So you can see we're trending up clearly. We're trending up. We're making new highs here. We come down looking to possibly make a new high because again, we want to continue to follow structure. Like yes, trade with the trend, but still be aware of other things that can happen based on higher time frame, right? You understand that there could be a pullback because there was already a breakout, and that's just what happens in the markets, right? So price kind of stutters here, starts selling off. So now you know that we're within this leg here because this was the last low that led to this break of structure here. Okay, it broke structure. Okay, and this is the last high, right? So we're trading within this range here. This is the range we're trading within. So this is all internal structure here now. So now we're selling off, okay, internally selling off. Internal structure still remains bullish until we break this low. So now internal structure is technically bearish until we come up, and I'm pretty sure we break. I'd say this high. This is more fractal structure. But again, like this is the type of internal structure I stay away from because price is just ranging. I have no clear indication of where price is going, especially for my system. Like, yeah, you could have tried to capitalize on buys here and look to continue pushing up, but I really need, especially with my trading, I need to see price either break higher and then I capitalize on a pullback, or break lower and I capitalize on a pullback. And again, like when it breaks higher or lower, that's creating new structure. So again, like once we break that last low that I was talking about, and this is how structure looks now, swing structure has now flipped bearish because we broke this area here. Okay, and then now this is the new low. This is the new high, and then once price comes up here, this would make the new high, and this would be the new low. Make sense? So like, I get it can be a little bit complicated at first, but the biggest thing is understanding the bigger picture, because like even higher time frames doesn't necessarily do enough. Like higher time frames, yes, I can see that price is clearly bullish on the 4-hour, right? We're clearly shot up, but 30-minute looks a little bit different, right? Yeah, we're still bullish, but now we're dealing with more internal structure, right? And then again, like it can be hard at first a little bit. Don't get too confused on it. Again, my thing is just look to the left and use this tool. This tool, once you get to a certain point, you won't need it. It's not like you're like you'll be able to just kind of tell where structure is, but it kind of does help at the beginning, give you an idea. Okay, like price shot up here. This was the last high, had a little pullback, shot up, made a new high, had a pullback, didn't make a new high. You know, so you know, get what I'm saying? So kind of use that to help guide you, and it'll give you an idea, but just start further to the left. So, but again, like Thursday, once I hop into that call with you guys, is that tomorrow? Fuck, it's tomorrow, huh? Yeah, tomorrow when I hop in a call with you guys, we'll go over it. Don't worry, bro. The spread's stuck on BTC. I heard that, Nolani. I don't know if you told me that or someone else did, and it was not worth it. Oh shit. So meme coins coming back. I got a buddy and I didn't realize. I don't know if I told you. I didn't realize he got into like meme coins pretty early. And he was like trying to put me on, but I just didn't like. My dumbass was just like, I don't know what the fuck this is, like whatever. He made a shit ton of money off of it, and I just got left behind. And I was like, wow, like I could have made a shit ton of money off of it. So as of right now, we're just waiting. 10:04, bro. I'm looking forward to it. Yes, sir. Well, Salva's at 10. Yeah, you can hop on Salva, do some back testing. I'm at like 4 or 5. I'll let you guys know for sure. Yeah, as of right now, we're just waiting. Again, like I'm not gonna act on anything if nothing's clear to me. Like I could trade internal structure, but that's really where you're gonna find the most losses if you get caught within there. GJ's looking good. Honestly, it's making me think I should have entered on this area, but again, I'm sticking to my plan. So who gives a fuck? If we can see like some breakouts, you know, maybe we'll see a nice little pullback, and we continue to target these higher levels. So. Are you talking about the meetings tomorrow? No, Lonnie? I think you are, huh? Forgot my own time. Let's see. Is it 4? It's 5. Tomorrow's at 5. 5 PST. I could probably do 4. If probably. But yeah, I could probably do 4 maybe if you guys want. Thoughts on DAX? Me and my homie were fucking going back and forth about DAX. Is DAX fucking Jer? Is it not? Or were we tripping? I swear it is. Yeah, right? Yeah, okay. We were arguing about that earlier. DAX, I had said DAX was nice at 11 o'clock. I had said earlier in the stream, I do think price is going to pull back kind of how it is already and then shoot back up for 12. But someone mentioned that RSI is showing that we're pretty overbought. So depending on the next 3 minutes, I'm gonna see what happens. I think price could just kind of retest and come back up, but price may just break this low and then shoot down. So again, I'd really like to play it by ear. Yes, I will be on the morning, Nolani, if you can't make it. I know mine are kind of later in the day, so kind of it's hard to get to. So yeah, bro, send me the markup juice. If I can't look at her now, I'll look at her like right after stream. So I'll make sure I look at it though. But yeah. But again, we're already seeing a nice little bullish reaction on DAX. I can't lie. So I think price may just fly back up, depending on like how this candle ends here in the next, again, 2 minutes. But I could just be completely blindsided and price could just. Again, we're looking nice. Let's see what we're looking at. The one thing I don't like is like how far down, like we are pretty overbought. So that's the only thing. But again, like just because we're overbought doesn't mean price isn't going to continue buying up. That's something I struggled with in the beginning, like quite a fucking bit, is like I would see price being overbought and I always knew that price was going to pull back at some point, but doesn't mean it's going to pull back now. Like I'm fine now taking a loss as long as that loss signifies or like kind of tells me that price is now flipping the other direction. That's a valid loss to me, because then I know I was just at a point where price was ready to flip. So in this case, like let's say I did take a buy here and we're shooting for the upside. We did take a loss. That loss should signify to us that price is ready to indeed sell off, and then we can try to capitalize on the way back down. So again, like that may not be the best approach for Jer at least, or like saying hopping right into sells. But again, like it may be something you like, you know. But again, like I kind of do that just on a very higher time frame, so further a lot more stretched out. It's not like back-to-back entries. But we'll see what happens. I'm very interested. We got like 10 seconds to see. But again, like I said, I think price is going to shoot up, and it did. We may just take this high. We may take this high and then sell back off. Because again, like I'm still have to keep in mind of how overbought we are and how we could end up selling back off, sweeping some type of liquidity down here, which would be Tokyo. And I believe that's previous day. Previous day is pretty low. Previous day is pretty low. But again, like there's a lot of liquidity sitting pretty low down here. So keep an eye out for that. I low-key would have... I honestly like this entry. But I would have not gone more for which would have already been hit. That would have already been out. But again, like this is where like again like I want to start taking advantage of futures. You guys know I'm more of a forex trader, but in this case right here, like it's pretty simple. Price was clearly bullish, had nice momentum, had a nice volume candle right before open. Um, fucking shoot. Shoot. Did anyone get in? I feel like someone got in. Someone had to have gotten. Who was talking about it earlier? Albert. Albert, did you get in buys? But again, I think price will end up selling off, but that doesn't have to happen now. Again, once I kind of start implementing futures, I will definitely be shooting out some more of like a signal to you guys. I don't like the idea of signals, but I'll definitely shoot some ideas out to you guys, especially with futures, because like Jared could have capitalized on this. See what gold's doing. See what gold's doing. Absolutely fucking not. That's why I don't trade gold. Fuck gold. Did London open just a minute ago? Yeah, it did, juice. London opens at 12, so 2 minutes ago technically. Nas is having a decent push. I feel like this right here, textbook as fuck. I mean, look at that rejection candle. Like, look at that shit. Look at that rejection candle. One thing I didn't like is how bearish price was after that. But like, even just off this engulfing candle, like let's say we did close bullish at this point, I would possibly enter here and aim for about a 101. Even without looking at the higher time frames. This is simply just following structure. But again, like I feel like it's a bit different. Like higher time frames are important on indices. Like don't get me wrong, but I feel like just way different than forex. Way different. I want to see how this candle ends. I really do. Nasdaq trading fucking London session. Jocko is in Jer, which is absolutely amazing. Hopefully got in at this point. But again, like be aware, I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but I do have a very high feeling that price is just gonna wick this high, take that liquidity and come down into these areas of liquidity to sweep one, possibly yesterday's low, and two, we have Tokyo lows, we have London lows. So that's definitely something to watch out for. And again, we're kind of seeing that already. It could just be a minor pullback on the 1 minute and the 30-second to like fill in this imbalance, but we will see. We will see. Nasdaq. That's why you wait for that close, because we could just be reacting off this. We'll see. How do you guys trade Nasdaq? I was talking to my buddy about that today. Since I don't really trade Nasdaq all too much, when I do start getting into it, I want a system that is fucking, again, a lot of it just comes down to liquidity. Understand liquidity structure. So let's see if higher time frames definitely tell a different story. Just like Jared, kind of watching for Tokyo lows to be swept. A lot of times I do see London sweeping Tokyo lows or highs. In this case, we swept the highs. We could continue higher into these highs up here, which would be like previous day high. But we also have previous day low. So we're going to target one of these. It's just about kind of, we'll see. We'll see how this candle closes in 10 seconds. And then we'll kind of play off that. But because of this wick, I'd be a little bit more hesitant now going into it. But the last couple seconds kind of did good. I like how it still engulfed this, but that pullback is still a little bit scary. That's not to say price doesn't shoot up and take this high. I'm expecting everything to kind of start moving, so hopefully we get some good structure playing here soon. Honestly, I kind of like this for some reason. Not really, actually. I would have liked it if I'd had like another break of a low, but GG is looking solid. GA has been a hassle for me, man. Like, look at this range. Like, what? Not a lot of opportunity within there, but let's see what Nas doing. Nas pushing up, I think, and somewhat. Jer had an idea Jer was going to possibly do this, guys, but that doesn't mean price isn't going to continue up because we do have these areas down here that we could kind of come into. But we'll see. But I do think price may just come down and liquidate a bunch of liquidity that we have resting down below. But again, like I was saying, Jared has been giving me a fucking headache. I do think we have a chance of pulling up. Okay, so if we look at it, I'm looking for this 4-hour pullback of this 4-hour bearish leg that we created. I do think that the weekly is also looking for a pullback, so that kind of is like double conviction. But again, I look for a pullback in the opposite direction on the lower time frames because I know that it all needs to align in some way. Yes, price could just sell off from here, but I've been waiting for confirmation. First, I had a break of this high, which was nice to see, but I had no entry within this area here. Okay, we have just been liquidating these lows after low after low after low, having no actual break of a low, which to me tells me, okay, we're still within this bullish leg here. Like, we have had no breaks of a candle low, no breaks of structure, so we're still technically within this bullish leg here. We're still technically within this bullish leg, right? So like, if I can see price shoot up here and we can get a pullback, I'm looking for entry. I don't give a fuck. I'm looking for entry, especially like once we kind of invalidate this area of supply. I'd look for something like that. Yeah, perfect. Enter like here. Breakout, pullback, and then we're shooting for the stars. When I mean the stars, we're just going to end up shooting into this equilibrium all the way up here. So that's GA, but now looking at it, I do think that GA may actually have a setup going into this morning. It depends on how it moves throughout London. Took TP 0.5 and it sells now. Oh yeah, I'm glad you took TPs. I'm honestly really glad. I'm not saying price may still push bullish. Like, we still have an opportunity, we still have a chance until we really get a break of this low. But once we get a break of that low, or yeah, then we can kind of assume that sells are really going to start taking place. But yeah, it looks like sells are kind of taking over sellers. We'll come back to that. Nas sells, not sells, but like selling. But again, like, one of those weeks, can't do anything about it. But stay grinding, stay here. I'm here every day. So TP1 hit and sells, hell yeah. So guys, Jock was bagging out on Jer. Now you guys could be bagging out on Jer. I did tell you guys that price was going to possibly sweep these highs. And he was just ready to capitalize on that. As soon as he saw probably this engulfing candle, probably got in. Okay. Target these lows. When does the volume come in? Volume, you'll see like Jer kind of get some volume at 11. Same with like some other pairs. But then you see some pretty good volume come in at 12. 5 o'clock in the morning, you'll see volume. 6:30, you'll see the most volume come in. Yeah, those are your highest times. Asia, like, there's a certain time where Asia has some type of volume, but it is like nothing compared to any other session, unless there's like some type of news, and then that's where like a lot of like, money can be pushed in or out of the market. So, but yeah, so it's probably Nasdaq, beautiful 1 minute setup. Like, if we're trading supply and demand, this was actually clean as fuck. Textbook. Let's see what the RR on this would have been. 104. Mixed with What do you mean London, New York mixed? I don't know what you mean. Like, are you saying like Asia has less volume than those two? Is that what you're saying? Oh, and I know what you're saying. You're just saying London and New York have the most volume. Yes, correct. If that's what you're saying, that is correct. By far, have the most um volume. Guys, I don't know what to do in times like these. Like it's a love-hate relationship coming onto stream. I love talking to you guys. I love chilling here. I want to make us some fucking money, man. But what is this shit? It's fuckery. Nah, but Thursday, Friday, I'm gonna send you guys the trade signal. Gonna end the fucking week with a bang, man. I'm telling you. I'm already feeling it. I feel my fucking bones, man. Feel my bones. Times like this, I know. I know I should, huh? You guys are gonna either see me have the biggest celebration ever, the biggest fucking crash out ever if I full margin. Might just go all in. Nah, I know there's definitely some people who've like just said, I wonder if people just like crash the fuck out and just go full margin. I feel like there's definitely those stories, but I don't know. I feel like you really got to be down not down bad, but like either you got to be balling fucking rich, or like you just got to Mark's just doing you so dirty that you're just like fuck everything, just go full port. I want to get I want to do with like stream either passive funded account like kind of Luca did with you guys on futures, or just try to flip a live account. I've been liking live recently. Live's a little bit nicer. Let's see how Dax is doing. Dax is jittering around. I've been there before, lol. Damn. I feel like everybody has come to a point like where they're just like ready to fucking risk it all. It's either I make it or I don't make it, and like fuck the bullshit. I mean, it just depends. Depends. I don't know if I've ever full margined. Maybe like a tiny account, small account. But that's about it. I don't know what Dax is doing, guys. Dax is fucking around. We still haven't broke that low, so technically we're still bullish. I know Jocko, you're in sells right now. But we'll see what happens. Nas doing solid. Again, like I told you guys, honestly, textbook rejection off this area here. So just looking at lower time frames, you could just follow structure like this. This is like something I used to see a lot when I would trade NASDAQ. It's just like these simple little fucking supply and demand structures that's just nothing more than a little pullback into some form of imbalance, and it's supply and demand. If you guys know Doyle, that's like Doyle's bread and butter, or was at least. But this looks textbook as fuck, especially on the 1 minute. He's like Jello's type of trading. You guys know SMC Jello. Which again, like he's the G. Like I think he uses the 1 minute. Gold just broke for our boss. I'll check it. Like I think SMC Jello uses the 1 minute. But he's bagging out supply and demand. My thing is like I started to see a lot less supply and demand on NASDAQ. Like I just started to realize as like I got a little bit more educated that yes, like you'll still take place, but it's just everything comes down to liquidity on NASDAQ. I feel like personally. I mean, Juice, like, yeah, we're seeing this break here. We could see a nice pullback. One thing is like if again it's gold. Like gold I treat completely fucking differently. Like we could continue to push bullish, right? It's gold. And there's a chance of that, But again, like I personally would take a risk on this breakout here on this 30 minute. And if I was wrong, then I know that at least price, then I know price is probably ready to have a little bit more of a deeper pullback. So like if I was wrong, I lost here, then I know price, I could capitalize into these like lower levels before it should buy back up. But again, gold's a little bit different, treated a little bit different. I just don't trade it. I don't even treat it different. I just don't trade it, man. I learned like early on, like gold was just a monster of a fucking pair. Early on, I got my exposure to it. I think I did supply and demand with it like way a long time ago, but yeah, it's whatever. But again, like I hate the slow nights, guys. But again, like still here for you guys. Still want to come on here. I'll still be here probably tomorrow. Probably tomorrow, I'd say. Yeah, tomorrow is the last day of the week I could stream actually because Friday, you guys know. But again, I appreciate you guys hopping into here. I hope you guys caught either these NASDAQ buys or in the NASDAQ buys or in sells right now because Jared seems to be looking to sell off for having some nice rejections, that giving us an idea that price may be ready to sell off. But again, I appreciate every single one of you guys joining. I will see you guys tomorrow for another stream. So have a good one. Thank you all for the likes. Appreciate you. Later.